The average person makes 27 decisions per month based on this. I'm actually surprised it's that low. Delavante found a wallet at Walmart and a forever friendship too. What if you never had another awkward conversation with somebody else again where you have that awkward silence? How to prevent that and level up your life. And it's awkward for me. I get it. And so when I saw somebody talking online about how to pray with your spouse, I thought, I need this. Maybe you do too. That's coming up on The Good News Show with Andy, where I'm all about putting a smile on your face and hope in your heart.
The Good News Show with Andy.
The number of the day is...
The average person makes 27 decisions per month based on this. It is their pet, so that's like one a day. And yeah, I've made some silly decisions with my cat. Like if he sits on me, I realize, well, I can't do anything else until he's done sitting on me. Why is that the decision I make? I don't know. So let me know about the weird thing that you do because of your pet. You can spend a lot of money on obedience classes for your pet, but let's be honest, they're all just trying to make us more obedient to them.
I have to tell you one story about my dog. When we first got her as a little puppy, I haven't had birthday parties for her, but we sent out birth announcements.
Oh, a birth announcement for your puppy. What did it say?
Just like a baby announcement. It looks like a baby announcement. We're proud to announce that so-and-so is here and what weight and what date we had her. And I wasn't expecting gifts. I just liked my new little puppy. They're a member of our family.
Talking about silly things we do for our pets, and you have a birthday party for your cat.
We did have a laugh and birthday party every year with my nieces and nephews and their little friends. They would dress up and, and do all that. I'd have the goodie bags and the whole 9 yards and just had a laugh and birthday party.
I love that you had your young relatives at the party, too.
Oh, of course, because that was my only baby, and so, I had to, celebrate her just like we celebrated their birthdays.
I hope this story makes you smile today.
Delavante went to Walmart to get some money for a tire, and when he grabbed a cart, he must have been very surprised when he saw a wallet in the cart. So he opened it up, and yeah, he saw the money that he needed for that tire in there, and also the name and the phone number of the person who the wallet belonged to. So he takes out the number and calls 61-year-old Dee. And after they met up and he handed Dee the wallet, Dee met Delavante's mom, grandma, and some of his aunts. She even went to a baby shower for Delavante's cousin. So it started as a good deed, has now become a friendship for life. And the person who is the least surprised by this is Delavante, who says there's never a limit on the good that you can do in this world. Just talking about cleaning the house. Maybe you're doing that right now. It's good to get the whole family involved.
When we were kids, my mom would take our toys away if you didn't clean your room. So that was always a big way to get us clean our room.
Oh, so it was a hostage negotiation.
Something like that.
Joan, how do you make your house less messy?
I do not enjoy cleaning of any sort, but if I can tell myself that I am doing it unto the Lord, I can get through any yucky job.
Anything, right? Not just cleaning. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we don't want to always do, but it's got to get done.
Yeah, that applies to a lot of things, doesn't it?
Yeah. I guess, even if you want to take it even further, it can be worship. If doing the things we're supposed to do for God, even the things we don't want to do, maybe that's real worship.
Right. Well, see, the other part that I didn't even tell you yet, when I'm cleaning, you're cranked up. So I am absolutely worshiping him, while I go through the house.
Here is how to level up your relationship skills with emotional intelligence, which is the buzz nowadays, and level up your life. You can do that by applying empathy into active behavior. So that is connecting to the emotions of others. And then, get this is so easy. And I struggle with this a lot when I'm talking with other people, when there's a lull in the conversation. How do you start it back up? Encourage them to talk about themselves, because everybody's favorite topic is themselves. With so many people arguing on Facebook and everything, this might be something that might help you out. Just because God loves you doesn't mean he agrees with you. Love and agreement are not the same. God doesn't love you because he sees eye to eye with you on everything. He loves and values you because he created you and you bear his image. And he wants his great love for you to win you over to his way of life so you become all he made you to be. So in that same vein, you don't need to agree with everyone else to love them. Love and agreement are not always the same thing. So you can love someone because they're a person of great worth to God, even if you disagree. It's worth hundreds of millions of dollars, this luxury high-rise in San Francisco. And recently, the people in it were saying, something seems a little off. There was a little bit of sinking going on. And so they're thinking this could turn into something really bad, right? So they're trying to fix the foundation. $100 million into the fix, the building has sunk another inch. So it's not working. So now they got to stop and go back to the drawing board and figure out what's happening. And it's such a good example. You know, there's this, in the Bible, it talks about how Jesus is the cornerstone, right? That's the very first stone you put in. That's what helps set everything. And just like in our life, in my life, if Jesus is not there at the base, there's going to be some issues. There's going to be some structural problems. And sometimes, no matter what I do to fix it, nothing is going to work unless I just start back over to say, all right, Jesus, I'm putting you first. There are people that do it really well. And I think, man, I want to be like you when I grow up spiritually. So I was excited to see someone on the internet talk about why does it feel weird when I try to pray with my spouse?
If you say, I just don't feel like I'm good at it, it's awkward. It feels weird to pray with them. Why do you think that is? Do you think maybe it has to do with the fact that Satan doesn't want you to do it? God has so much more for your marriage, and it doesn't start with making things easy. It starts with doing the hard thing. This is what life is about, is to do the difficult thing, to be refined by the fire so that the testing of your faith produces endurance. And praying with your spouse will produce longevity and intimacy faster than anything else.
If you love the music here on the station, the best way to say, well, you're welcome, Andy, is to
Tell a friend.
now it's going to be stuck in your head. Now you're going to think, I should tell a friend, family member, coworker, random person.
I was at the dentist this morning, and they had not heard about it.
And you told them. I'm surprised because whenever I go to the dentist, I can't get a word in edgewise. You notice that? The hygienist asks me a question. How's your day going? What are you doing this summer? And then instantly puts in the sucker thing in my mouth. And I'm like... So, yeah, tell a friend, text a friend, let them know about the encouragement. This is my happy place this summer. Maybe it is for you, going to the beach, the water, the lake. So Kenny was at a lake recently, and he noticed that there was one of those little islands in the middle of the lake, and there were some animals on it. They were stuck. They were trapped. There was these two donkeys. Apparently, the water in the lake rose, and they were trapped. And so he made sure that they were fed and taken care of. And get this, it took them 3 weeks to plan the rescue, including building a structure on the island that the donkeys could be corralled into as they got onto the rescue barge. And at this point, I'm looking at this story and I'm thinking, that's so much work for 2 donkeys. I mean, a month of preparation pretty much to get these 2 donkeys safe home to shore. And then I was reminded of the verse in the Bible that talks about how Jesus is a shepherd and he would leave the 99 sheep that are where they're supposed to be to go find the one that is lost. And how often am I wandering in my life? Maybe this is true for you. You might feel like a lost cause. Maybe other people have told you that to your face, which is so sad, and I'm so sorry you've heard that. But thankfully, Jesus never says that. He never gives up on you. He's always chasing after you. Just gave a shout out to Sarah, who's a nurse, and she's going into work, and that's just such a tough job. So you have a nurse that you want to appreciate?
Mine is my mom. I'm one of a quadruplet. She's a nurse actually at Apple Valley High School, and she is so good at, she spends long days there with students, then comes home, and it's just so good to us. And she's my hero, and she's always there for us, and just been like a great example of what Christ's love looks like as a nurse, especially.
Mother's Day must be quite the celebration at your house.
Yeah, it's always times 4. Everything. I mean, big families are awesome, but yeah, she deserves more credit than she gives herself every single day.
Shout out to nurses and the tough job that they do every single day.
There's a crew of nurses in ICU. We've gotten to know every one of them. We've been going every day for 2 months, and no end in sight. I'd name them, but I'll forget one. But I don't know how they put up with guys like us whose family members are in ICU. I don't know how they put up with that. I have no idea. There's just see people at their worst.
That's like loving how Jesus loves the least of these, and when we're at our toughest moments.